last one is keepers at home.
Keepers at home. Yeah, that's a good one.
Keepers at home is not popular, Tracy.
Oh, I guess not.
It just ain't popular.
Yeah.
Girls nowadays, even if they're sitting in their living room or on their bed or something, they're not at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're far away.
Far away.
It's interesting.
The kids could be climbing through the back neighbor's window, throwing balls to the, something.
Yeah.
They can be doing a million things, or even coming and asking for something, even hungry or something.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later. I'm very busy talking to Sue, who I'm telling about how I comb my hair today.
Yeah.
What are we telling our children when we say, you don't bother me, I'm talking, and they listen to you when you shove them aside?
Yeah,
and
that's
said,
true.
you are not important, just in case you didn't know. Boop.
Yeah.
And besides, I'm talking about the latest fingernail way to, how to do that, or I'm just talking about the latest something that matters about that much.
Yeah.
And we are putting our children's thoughts that they are less important than fingernail polish, or than a new hairstyle, or than any number of bajillion things
not making them
that are of zero consequence. Whereas that little child will grow up and remember how you treated him.
That's true.
And one thing, I'm old, and one thing I think about is there's a lot of very, very lonely old people.
Mm-hmm.
They are all by themselves, and I wonder if when they were raising their children, if work, going, and a million other things, or go outside and play. You're making a little mess on this floor, and I can't,
Yeah.
Nothing's more important than the absolutely spick and span house to some people.
Yeah, I understand.
And now, they're at the daycare center, taken care of by a million people that don't care about your child.
Yeah,
they only care about the dollar that they're going to get to go home. And so the thing is, what I'm saying is that I do not believe that we take into account our actions and what they are clearly speaking to our children.
Mm-hmm.
We may not be saying, child, you mean absolutely nothing to me. You are of zero worth. I mean, some people say that to their kid, and then no wonder their children become worth nothing. But why I started this whole sentence, this whole paragraph, is because I've sometimes wondered, is that dear old person in that lonely position because their children were raised in a care facility for kids? They saw their mother when she was tired coming home from work and couldn't be bothered because she was. So is it tit for tat? Is it this is how it was treated? Yeah. Invest. I think that's the key.
Mm-hmm. Did they invest?
We don't realize that it's an investment. What you do today will bite you tomorrow, or it will bring you happiness.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought for sure.
Because we can't, if we completely ignore our children and say they're of zero value, what makes them want to come and make you feel of value to come see you?
Yeah, that's true. And that's the behavior they've learned. So
yes, by ourselves.
What are they going to do different?
We're the ones that taught it. So now it's like, oh, such miserable kids. They never come and see you. Look, don't they know?
Yeah.
No, we earned it.
It's so hard.
It's really,
that's a really tough one.
These things are all.
Yeah, they can all be a little tough.
But that's where God's grace.
Yes.
Nothing that we would say is beyond God's ability to help us with.
Yes.
And to change us if we need to be changed. Mm-hmm. I want to be what God wants me to be.
Yeah.
Because He came to give us life, and that more abundantly. God's motive is life.
So if you do it that way.
And that more abundantly.
Yeah.
The devils, as we said this the other day, the devil's, John 10:10b is the, let's just get it.
Let's just get it.
John, let's just get it. Because to me, it's really, really crucial here. All right. John 10:10. See? Bible. John 10. It's really here. Okay. John 10:10. The thief cometh not, the enemy, the devil, cometh not, but for to steal, to kill, and to destroy. That's what the enemy of our soul does. That's the opposite of the Lord Jesus. He's come to steal, kill, and destroy. He wants to destroy your children. He's the one that says to your child, oh, everybody's doing it, or you will be smarter. It's right from the beginning of Genesis where he says, oh, you're going to be wiser if you take the apple. True. You're going to be, it looks so pretty. That's the devil's talk.
Yeah.
But it has the steal, kill, and destroy. That's his motive.
That's his motive. That's his goal.
He has no pity, no compassion, no attribute of love, no attribute of giving. It's kill, steal, and destroy. But this is my bestie. See it's red letters. Red letters. That means Jesus said it. Where am I? Here I am. I am come. Jesus has come that you might have life, that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly.
Yeah.
And then the next one says, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. See, that's where the difference between Jesus and the way of the world or the devil is. Jesus is there as a shepherd trying to help us.
Yeah, he's here to help.
The sheep says, oh, that cliff looks really interesting. I think I'm going to go check it out. Yeah. And the shepherd sticks his little crook out and he grabs it by the neck and he yanks it back and says, oh, you hurt my neck a little bit. I'm going to...
Yeah.
Jesus said, you would have fallen 5,000 feet down that crevice.
It would have been a much worse deal.
Yes, but it wanted to check it out.
Yeah, I understand.
But Jesus is there to give us life and that more abundantly. I cannot say it often enough.
Yeah, I see. So if you're trying to do things the way Jesus has indicated you should.
His motive.
Yes, the motive is all positive.
For your good. For my good.
I think I understand.
It's kind.
Yeah.
It's a shepherd.
Yeah.
It's trying to keep you alive and healthy and fed and in good shape.
Yeah, and with good plans.
With good thoughts.
That makes sense.
So don't let somebody say, oh, it's God's way.
Yeah, it's worth your time.
The happiest way.
Yeah.
I'm 75, going on 76, and that is my experience.
That's wonderful. So sorry, go ahead and say what you're going to say.
I'm just saying our next thing.
I was going to ask you, so when you were raising, because you had 6 children.
I do.
So when you were raising your kids and you were kind of in the thick of this being what does it say, keepers at home?
Yes.
So when you were doing that action of being the keeper at home, how did you keep having energy for that? You know what I mean? Because it's a daily grind. 6 kids in, daily grind. You have to keep emotional and mental energy available for these kids and for your home and your husband and your outside of that, your community. So, but if this is about the home and your community, but you know what I'm saying? Like 100%. How do you joyously deliver? And I know all of us don't joyously deliver every day, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you try to maintain above average days?
The one thing I've said about anything that we do in life, the person that is aspiring to be the president of Boeing aircraft or the guru of something or another. Okay. If he gets that, there will be days when he's reached his epitome of wonderfulness. There are days, months, weeks that he'll wonder why in this world did he choose that job?
Yeah.
Why? Look, the people are not coming through. The finances didn't come through. This and want to throw the towel.
Yeah, for sure.
Throw in the towel. There isn't a thing in life that there isn't ups and downs.
Yeah, that you're going to have bad days.
And it's sort of like, people invest their money, and sometimes it goes low, and sometimes it goes high. And I'm saying that is life.
Yeah.
So having children is one, it's a privilege, because it's a human being. It's the ultimate of creation. It's what it's the if you can say I had 150 pets, Sammy and Max and this and Tiger and great.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And they bring you pleasure. They also bring you, just like everything else.
They do. Yeah.
The bad stuff.
They do.
But if you put your life into pets, when they pass, they pass.
Mm-hmm.
There's no
there's no long term.
When you pass, there's nothing that gives you back.
Yeah.
Which you don't have to live to give back. I'm just saying, to invest in children,
mm-hmm.
you have to see it as just what life is. Any important thing has its ups and downs.
Yeah.
Any important thing,
sometimes long downs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's a building of, we mentioned this before,
mm-hmm.
it's the building of a castle.
Mm-hmm.
Each child is a castle that will bring you joy
mm-hmm.
From your investment, or it will bring you embarrassment and horror. Can be. And
there's a proverb about this, isn't there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know. You probably know.
I feel like there is proverbs.
One. Yeah. Something about a good son is a.
Oh yes.
You know.
Yes.
Yes.
It's in Proverbs where is a joy to the father and a whatever to the mother. All good.
Yeah.
It can be. It definitely. I'm just saying that not. And some people say, but look, I did all I could, and this child went off the beaten track and gave me great sorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Don't throw that child in.
Yeah.
Sometimes when a child does go out, when they come back, they can come back. But if you close the door and say you are what I thought you were, a complete loss, well, then they have nobody to come back to.
Yeah, that's true.
And they just, well, I guess my parents are right. I was useless. And but if they remember you saying, no matter what you do, you're still my precious child.
Yeah.
And I believe in you.
That's so good.
And if you go off into the woods, I come back.
Yeah, we're still here.
There's a lot of amazing things that have been done by people who went off the beaten track and came back.
Yeah.
They were able to do more good than those that had, like the son, the prodigal son.
Yeah, that's a good example.
And the brother that stayed home said, but look, my son came home. That was off.
Yeah.
And God, that's in the Bible. That story's in the Bible because God welcomes those that have gone off.
Yeah, that's his attitude.
He wouldn't have given that story about the prodigal son if that isn't his attitude.
Yeah,
He's
that's
the father,
true.
and he says, yeah, you messed up.
Yeah.
Come on. And he runs out to grab them and meet them.
That's really
That is
really
how
moving.
Jesus handles things.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's how we should handle things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's really good.
Absolutely. And so to me, it's an ongoing investment. Investments have their ups and downs on that market thing, you know. One day it'll be low, one day it'll be high. So sometimes you think, oh, this is great, but it's an investment.
It's an investment.
Hey, it's a long-term investment.
Yeah.
And come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Jesus is there for you even when you're tired because you're exhausted from children. You must realize that my whole thing is my strength is in the Lord. I have been able to do whatever I've done because of the Lord Jesus and his word that has given me, you can do it. I can.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
do all things through Christ.
Positive confession. That makes a difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm saying we've all been exhausted. We've been at the end of our rope.
Yeah.
But Jesus is there. He is there.
Yeah.
He is.
I have this memory of one time I was feeling like that. I think I only probably had one kid at the time too.
Sure.
But I was tired.
Oh, absolutely.
And I said, oh Lord, I just need a break. And I remember it was so remarkable to me because I got one. The very next day, I think it was, or something like that. I said it just all happened and I got a rest. Yes. And I went, oh wow, it made such a difference.
He cares.
Yeah. And so that, that was in my memory. I remember that being striking when I realized what was happening.
Yes, that's beautiful.
It's like, okay, I got a break.
Yes, it reminds me of something I did tell our children growing up about Jesus. I said, make an investment of prayer. Ask big.
Yeah, that's
Don't say,
good.
well, let's see, what do I think God can handle? Maybe he couldn't do that because that's too big. He's not big enough. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I said, ask big.
Yeah, that's good.
And then when it happens, don't forget to thank him.
Yeah.
It may take days. It may take even years. But if you can, say, Lord, help me to remember that I asked you for this. I've had so many things. Bring it back to me. Yes, remind me. Because I'm asking this really big thing, and just leave it in his hands.
Yeah.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah, that's so good.
So, but ask big. Don't just say, I want half of a turnip. Say, no, I want the whole garden. I want lots of veggies in there.
That's so good. That's a good lesson for your kids. That's good.
But ask big. Yeah. And then please remember to thank him when you see him do it.
When it comes to pass.
Yes, because I believe it will.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe
so keepers at home. I think it's do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. Do unto your children what you wish had been done. Not what was done. Yeah. But what you wished had been done. Give them some place where their friends could come and say, boy, you have a nice house. This is it could be a dump.
Do you know that you have that quote in your brain already? You know the one Brother Branham said to do that? Do you know the quote I'm talking about?
Which one are you talking about?
Oh, I have to try to find it.
Yes, look it up.
But that's what he said to do.
Yes.
He said to make your home, nice. Like
well,
a nice
we're not
place
saying
for their
extravagant.
Friends. No.
But
a nice place to be was kind of,
Yes. I have a little story of an aunt of mine who was such a sweetheart and made such a nice atmosphere. And she lived in as she got old, she lived in this itsy bitsy little room that just had the bathroom and a little 2-burner stove and her little bed,
tiny
a little
place.
pot of plants and pictures here and there. And my brother, because this aunt lived in England. She's passed. And so my brother took all of his daughters, he has like 4, to England to show them where he'd been born, where going down the Thames.
So sweet.
Do this. He spent a lot of money.
That's awesome.
A lot of money. And then also, just by the by, he took them to see this auntie. Yeah. And so they all kind of squish into this little tiny room. Cute. And she just talks to them and they see her pictures. I mean, this thing is a tiny little room. Yeah. And so they visit with her for an hour or whatever it was. And so then my brother it's time to fly back to America. They all get in the airplane and he's sitting beside one of his daughters. And he thought, oh my, I got to find out what was your favorite thing? What was your favorite thing that I took you to? And without a split, she said, going to see Auntie Gladys.
It was Auntie.
Because
cute.
And my brother thought, oh, I could have saved so much money.
Yeah, like that was the budget portion.
I really could have saved a lot of money.
So cute.
Because obviously it didn't cost, but that was the warm.
But her home was nice.
Experience.
She was nice.
It was her atmosphere.
Yeah.
So even if you don't have a fancy house, the thing that children notice is how stressed you are by. Yeah. I mean, if you make an atmosphere that even you'd like to be in, Yeah. And just be as thoughtful. Do it to them what you wish to be done to you. Because they'll remember. When they become old, they'll say, remember when
It's true.
Or we used to go to so-and-so's house because they had the nice house.
Yeah, that they had a welcoming home.
Yes. Yeah. And there's another story of this brother that this particular friend, actually it was a friend, house had no television, and it was just a house with parents and all, those are there, but it was no big whoops. It was just simple. And they had a friend that they played with on the street, just out playing ball. Yeah. And their house had a television, and their house had all, candy and whatever it had. Yeah. And so those boys that lived next door constantly wanted to be at the house with no television and with just the normal
the
little
boring house.
Yes.
Yes.
And they thought, why in the world do they want to come to our house?
Yeah.
Their house has television. It has
They have all the things.
All these things and all this stuff. Why did they come to our place? So anyway, I thought, we don't get it. But anyway, so as often as they could, they'd go see where the television was. They'd go visit that one.
That makes sense.
And so this one day they were there, and the child of that house said, come on, let's go. We got to go right now. And pushed them out of his front door.
Gotcha.
He said, what was that
Yeah.
all about? Like, what happened there? We were enjoying ourselves. Dad and Mom were just about ready to do what they do all the time.
Yeah.
They were just, because in the background, when you got a TV going, you
Yeah.
can't hear necessarily, but the child was alert
Yeah.
to when his parents
knew.
were starting their big fights.
Yeah.
And they were actually very unpleasant
Yeah.
to the child themselves.
Yeah.
But he certainly didn't want.
Is getting ready to blow up.
Was going to blow up again.
Yeah.
I said, we got to get out. Come on.
Yeah.
And he
Oh,
said,
that's so sad.
that's why we prefer to be at your house.
Yeah, because your house is happy.
And it's peaceful.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. No, I have a quote.
Yes. Okay, let's hear it.
So he gives advice besides this, but I'm
whatever.
going to start part of the way in.
The whole way.
He said, make your home nice. Make your home a place where your daughter or son will not be ashamed to bring their company before their father and mother and into their house, and make home so happy that they'll be pleased in their home to stay there. And I always love that. I think that's so sweet.
That's wonderful.
I know, isn't that sweet? Just to have such a
Yes.
happy home that's where they want to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brother Branham, that was wise and beautiful, wasn't
Just
it?
love it.
Yes.
Love it.
I
Yeah.
do
When I
too.
was growing up, there was a household that they had daughters, and they took me in under their wing because my home was,
Sure.
always things changed. My life changed a lot.
Sure.
And so, and you know what? Something that was always remarkable to me about their home
Yeah.
was the way that they welcomed in whatever random child.
Really? Serious?
They would welcome
Aw.
any random kid was welcome in their house. They can open up the cupboards, grab a snack,
Wow.
literally. And
Literally.
they were such nice people. And then when the girls got, because that's all they had was 3 daughters, and then plus me and
Yes.
a couple
And
other.
the other.
Yeah. I was probably the main, but there was another girl too that hung
Sure.
around a lot. It was us. And when their daughters got older and got boyfriends, they said, bring the boyfriends over, and they would bring the boyfriends over. And this was,
Wow. Yes.
it wasn't always the thing to do. And they'd say, oh, let's have, they wanted even to have dinner with the parents and
Yes.
have everybody, and they would have games, and they had a place
wow.
where their daughter could have over, instead of it being like she had to keep him a secret,
Yes.
he could come and be with the whole family.
Isn't that wonderful?
It was so sweet. It really taught me that lesson that I was like, oh, this is so nice. Like,
yes.
we don't wonder. I mean, maybe there's definitely some things they don't tell you about.
Yes. Right.
But, but there was a lot that I was like, but just the fact that who exists in their life. All of their friends were over there.
It's an investment on the parents' part.
Yeah, and we were sleeping there. I mean, we were living there.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'll never forget it. They
That's
were
wonderful.
so good. They just had their doors open, and they were so good.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. It was a lesson for me.
Yes.
So
Children do not need, people don't need. I mentioned Auntie because the house was not what they went to see. London had a lot more fancy stuff than that.
Than Auntie's one-room shack.
One room, little bit of nothing.
Yeah, I love it.
But it's the atmosphere.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the other thing is, don't forget that you can be in a building, but a million miles away.
Yeah.
On your Facebook, and the Facebook is not what's reality, because it isn't.
It's a highlight reel.
It's where people only put on their absolute best. This is a meal, and they make a special effort to make a picture of it, and that's why they made it. Make a nice picture.
Yeah.
To impress all their friends, and it just depresses each other because, oh well, my children aren't that perfect. Oh dear, I don't cook that good.
Yeah.
Oh my husband makes more mistakes than that.
Yeah.
It's a demoralizing thing.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
you can never reach the epiphany of what
It's not
everybody else claims they're experiencing.
Yeah, when you're in someone else's home, you tend to see the whole picture, right?
Yeah.
But when you're just viewing what they send you,
It's
different.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's an actual joke.
Yeah. That's true.
So, anyways, just saying.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, if you are having a trouble that you are bored at home, then there are many, many things that you could do. Like, I'm telling you, just out of sincere honesty, if you just put an hour that you'd run off to look at shoes at the mall, or to imagine how a child feels when the dad waltzes through the door and he says, "I'm out of here. I've had enough of them, and I'm going to go
anywhere."
Yeah. What are you saying to your children?
Yeah,
you
that's
think
true.
You're just shooting your own feet.
Yeah.
Each child goes kapow. That goes down one. Kapow. It's a bad investment to constantly think and tell the children by action that their newest shoes, which you already got 50 pair, that is more important than having a nice home.
Yeah.
Than making cookies. How about that?
Yeah.
Or you are not the only person in your home.
Yeah.
Life does not revolve around you.
It's true.
Or else you'll just be all by yourself in the galaxy, all by yourself, because as they get a chance, they're going to go away from you.
Yeah, that's true. That's the value in being a keeper at home. That's good.
And we're not saying that there aren't times when people have to work. I'm not shooting people that have to work at all, but I'm saying the priority, even if you have to work. I know you're extra tired then, but watch, you're speaking to your children by your actions.
Yeah. Speak something positive.
If you want something positive to come out.
Yeah, that's true.
If I was making a recipe of cake, and I put in some sugar, and I put in some flour, and some whatever, eggs or whatever, and then I decided to throw in, oh, well, there goes our pet refused to eat that. Let's throw that in there. Some gluck.
Yeah.
We were trying to feed the pet. or just any old random, or something actually bad. Like one time, this is terrible. I got to confess, I guess.
Oh, no.
Our youngest child was wanting to go and see something that wasn't, I knew that it wasn't good for him to see.
Sure.
And he wanted to go see this, period. He wanted to go see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I told him, I said, okay. But before, I want you to go get, in the cupboard over there's some paper plates, Take one of those and go out, and I want you to bring me in one of our koa. One of our dogs was called koa. And so I said, I want one of his poops on that dish. And he looked at me like,
he's like, Mom,
where are you coming from?
Yeah.
I'm serious as I could be. I want you to go and bring that in. So he goes out and he brings it in. I say, okay, now eat it. He looks at me, now you truly have lost it.
He's like, Mom.
And
so
of course.
Cute.
I said, eat it. And he says, of course I'm not going to eat it. I said, what you put into your body, I would never give you dog poop to eat.
Yeah.
Would I ever?
Yeah, that's why you're shocked. Yeah.
Exactly. Because it isn't good for you.
Yeah.
Because it might even make you sick. It wouldn't kill you, I don't imagine. I don't know if it would. But I never would even think about it. But the deal is, what you put into your eyes and into your mind through what you see and what you watch
it has an
is
effect.
As bad as poop going into your belly.
Yeah.
So I said, that is why I didn't want you to see what you are wanting to go see.
That's a hands-on lesson.
Because it's bad. You won't forget those things that you see, and they're filthy. They are not commendable. They are not clean.
It will bother you later on.
It's not a good thing. And so anyway.
That's pretty good. I love that. Actually,
I just wanted to get it across to him that
if
you feed your mind, your eyes from what you watch, it'll make you sick.
No, I can tell you as someone who grew up watching horror movies.
Yes,
they do stay in your brain.
It's
not healthy.
God can help.
That's true. He can.
I'm not underestimating God.
No,
from fixing and healing and helping. But all of us have things we've seen and heard some because we chose it, and some because we didn't.
True.
And that still, you think, oh Lord,
yeah, and it'll replay.
My mind.
Yeah.
And I just say the blood of Jesus cover that.
Yep. I love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I always think of that when the Hebrews left Egypt, they had to have the blood covering over the post.
They did.
And I am so visual that I think that the angel of darkness was coming around, and the only thing that keeps it from the bad things coming in was the blood over the post.
Yeah.
And I think the price that Jesus paid on the cross makes it that my mind can be clean.
I love that. That's beautiful.
But that's, otherwise it's stuck.
Yeah, that's true.
So I just say, Lord, the blood.
Yeah.
That blood that went over the post of the door.
Just like this.
I'm resting on it.
That's so good. I love that.
So I don't know. So children are a precious, precious blessing in your life that is worth your input, your time. If there's anything in life, your relationship with your husband. If you don't put time into it, if you don't put prayer, like if you have difficulties, don't ask God to help you with it. The next guy that you might marry comes with maybe different issues, but he'll come with issues.
That would be the worst.
I'm saying, they think, oh well, the next one will be perfect. Actually,
no,
you'll just be a horror show.
Yeah, it's true.
And so I'm just saying,
it's
worth the input.
Make your home happy. It's
worth the input. And to put time in making a home is worth the trouble and the time. So if you want to be president of something, you have to put in the time. You have to put in the long hours. You have to be tired many times. You go talk to any guy who's gone anywhere, or girl. It took time. It took effort. It took them being exhausted, spend the night trying to figure out what they're going to do the next day.
Yeah, it's true.
Children are far more valuable than any job that you could earn money at.
Yeah, it's true. That's real.
Because when you get old and you're in this care facility or in your house by yourself, all the millions of dollars wouldn't replace a loving child coming and spending time with you and loving you and caring about you.
Yeah, that's true.
That money doesn't come and sit big piles of it beside you and say, what good is it going to do?
Yeah, it's not really. It's just such a passing thing.
And it's cold.
Yeah.
And it's indifferent. And you can't talk to it.
It's not like a
family member. It won't
member.
talk nicely back to you.
Yeah, true. That's so interesting.
So it's worth the investment. That's all I got to say.
It's really good. Yeah. Well, thank you
Your
so much.
Your husband and your children are worth your effort.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. That's very encouraging.
Anyway, there we go.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much for doing this with me, Sister Heather.
Thank you.